Hello everyone, welcome back to Biohealth. In our previous lecture, we talked about the spinal cord, the main communication path of our body. But have you ever wondered how information actually travels through that path? That's exactly what we will explore today. Through the most important cell of the nervous system, the neuron. Let's begin our journey inside the brain's electrical network through this topic. A neuron or nerve cell is the basic unit of your nervous system. It is responsible for carrying messages between the brain, spinal cord, and every part of your body. You can think of it as a living wire that sends tiny electrical impulses. Every thought, movement, or heartbeat begins with neuron working together like a vast communication network. Now that we know what a neuron is, let's look at how it's built to do this amazing job. So each neuron has three main parts: dendrites, the cell body, and the axon. Together, these parts work like a perfectly designed circuit. Signals enter through dendrites, get processed in cell body, and then travel out through the axon. Let's follow that journey step by step, starting with where the signal first arrives. The story begins with the teeny branches called dendrites, the neuron receiving station. So, dendrites are small tree-like extensions that receive messages from the other neurons. They act like antennas catching electrical signals and sending them to the cell body. The more dendrites a neutron has, the more information it can collect, which means smarter communication inside your brain. Once dendrites receive these signals, they pass them to the center of command, the cell body. The second part is cell body. The cell body or soma is like the neuron's brain. It contains the nucleus which manages all cell functions. Here, signals from the dendrites are processed and evaluated. If the message is strong enough, the cell body decides it to send it forward to the next part of the axon. So once the decision is made, the message leaves the cell body and travel down the long pathway, the axon. The axon is a long cable-like structure that carries the message away from the cell body. It's the neuron's highway delivering the signal to other neurons or muscle. Some axons are just a few millimeters long, while others, like those reaching your foot, can be over a meter long. But to have signal this far, neurons need something to boost speed. And that's where the myelin sheaths come in, the neuron's built-in speed booster. The myelin sheath is a fatty covering around the axon. It acts like insulation on an electrical wire, preventing signal loss and speeding up the transmission. Because of this sheath, electrical impulses can travel as fast as 120 meters per second, almost as fast as a sports car. These impulses continue reaching forward until they reach the end of the neuron, the axon terminal. At the end of the axon are axon terminals, which send the signals to the next neuron, but neurons never actually touch. Between them lie a small space called the synapse. Here, the electrical message is turned into the chemical one using neurotransmitters, which jump across the gap to the next neuron. This process happens billions of times every second, creating the communication network that keep your body alive. Now that you understand how one neuron works, let's see how different type of neurons work together inside your body. So there are three main types of neurons, each with a unique role. So the first one is sensory neuron, carries information to your brain, for example when you feel heat or pressure. The second one is motor neurons, carry instructions from the brain telling your muscle to move. And the last one is interneurons, connect the two forming fast reflex actions and complex brain circuit. All these types work together keeping your body connected and responsive. Let's now put everything together and review the complete journey of a nerve impulse. So the journey of messages begins at the dendrites, move through the cell body, travel down to the axon and ends at the axon terminals. So the journey of a message begins at the dendrites, moves through the cell body, travels down to the axon and ends at the axon terminals, where it crosses the synapse to reach the next neuron. This continuous chain of communication allows your body to think, move and react in milliseconds, and that bring us to the end of today's lesson. But our journey through the nervous system is not over yet. So that's the complete story of neuron, small in size but the foundation of all brain activity. Without neurons, life will be silent and still. If you found this lecture helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe to BioHealth for more biology made simple. In our next lecture, we will explore how your eyes turn light into vision, a fascinating process you see happening every second. Thank you.